Starry-eyed Jennifer Lopez can't quit ex-hubby Ben Affleck, and insiders say it's gotten the Hollywood hunk so unsettled that he's practically quaking in his boots. But what if the real tension between them runs far deeper than just heartbreak? What if this whole saga isn't just about romance gone wrong, but about different lifestyles, emotional instability, and two people trapped in a cycle they cannot escape? Before we dive into this wild Hollywood storm, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the real story behind Bennifer's never-ending chaos is more dramatic than anything they've ever put on screen. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's relationship has been a roller coaster for more than 20 years, and while the world has watched the glamorous photos, the red carpet moments, and the romantic comebacks, insiders say what's happening behind closed doors is far more complicated. Their story has always been built on a fundamental clash. Lopez thrives under the spotlight, while Affleck wants nothing more than to disappear from it. Their first engagement in the early 2000s collapsed under the weight of paparazzi, mockery, and relentless criticism. They canceled their 2003 wedding just days before the ceremony and officially ended things in 2004. They moved on. They married other people. They built families. They started over. Yet somehow, almost 20 years later, destiny, or something that looks like destiny, pulled them back together. In 2021, they rekindled their romance, surprising fans and tabloids alike. The world went insane with nostalgia and disbelief. Was this the fabled Bennifer comeback everyone had once mocked as a doomed Hollywood fling? 1 year later, they eloped in Las Vegas secretly, impulsively giving fans the Bennifer wedding they waited decades for. The secrecy added to the allure. It was romantic, spontaneous, and sweeping. Their later public wedding celebration only seemed to confirm that this was a real second chance. Not just a brief fling. But behind the fairy tale photos and magazine covers, the same old cracks returned. Affleck still hated the spotlight. Lopez still lived for it. Every public moment turned into fodder for headlines. The Grammys clip where Lopez allegedly urged him to look more friendly. The red carpet whispers people interpreted as arguments. The viral TikTok car door video that made him look fed up with life, to some the embodiment of someone stuck again in a life they no longer wanted. Then, the pressure intensified. Lopez, ever the creator, had projects, performances, films, public engagements, a constant swirl of attention and activity. Affleck, on the other hand, was reputed to crave quiet and privacy, to be more comfortable behind the camera than under flashing lights. Their fundamentally different attitudes toward fame and public exposure reportedly started to wear on him. It wasn't just about being married to a superstar, but being married to a lifestyle that he never fully embraced. Their home life, insiders say, felt more like a stage than a refuge. Over time, these differences built walls between them. The shared glamour that once bonded them began to feel suffocating. Friends close to the couple reportedly noticed the shift. Lopez, still radiant, still social, still commanding attention. Affleck, increasingly withdrawn, comforted by solitude, longing for normalcy. Their interviews together became guarded. Their public appearances, while still lavish, carried attention. Smiles that didn't reach the eyes, forced casualness, and body language others interpreted as discomfort. Eventually, after months of living increasingly separate lives under the same roof, Lopez filed for divorce in August 2024. The decision shocked entertainment media, but for some who knew them personally, it came as no surprise. By early 2025, the divorce was formally finalized, with legal ties severed. Many assumed both stars would quietly go their separate ways, each rebuilding on their own terms. But according to sources, Lopez has not moved on, not even close. Insiders say she's convinced she and Affleck are destined to be together again, believing their breakup is temporary and that fate will push them back into each other's arms. What's even more surprising is that she's not hiding it. She openly jokes about their divorce in interviews, acting carefree. But insiders reveal she's anything but detached. She reportedly finds excuses to call him, text him, and stay connected to him in ways that make Affleck feel cornered. Some say the Beth connection isn't a relaxed friendship anymore, but a tangled web of unresolved longing. She allegedly even persuaded him to attend events he didn't want to be part of, most notably a film premiere. Affleck, who had produced the movie, had no intention of making a public appearance, but Lopez pushed hard, even threatening to go nuclear if he refused. In the end, he showed up, but insiders say he regretted it almost immediately. The paparazzi, the cameras, the glances, whispers, headlines, everything he wanted to escape rushed back. For Lopez, who thrives in that attention, it was validation. For him, it was a reminder of why the marriage imploded. To Lopez, the fact that he showed up felt like a sign, a confirmation that a reunion was inevitable, that the universe was nudging them back together. She allegedly began calling him more often, sending messages to make him feel desired, reminding him of their history even when Affleck tried to keep boundaries. According to insiders, Lopez interpreted every text, every call as proof they were still meant to be, even if Affleck didn't reciprocate. But their connection isn't limited to romantic longing. Lopez reportedly remains in close contact with Affleck's children with his previous partner and has arranged hangouts involving her own kids from past relationships. Sources claim the kids from both sides have grown very fond of each other. They enjoy spending time together, creating a blended family vibe that complicates everything. For some of the children, seeing Bennifer 3.0 become real would seem like winning the family lottery. That dynamic, insiders say, weighs heavily on Affleck. He wants to protect his children from emotional confusion, from having hope stirred up when the adults themselves might not be on the same page. But every time Lopez appears in public proximity to the kids, every shared moment, vacation, or event, the lines blur. Meanwhile, Affleck's relationship with his children's mother, though no longer romantic, has reportedly deepened in terms of trust, respect, and mutual responsibility. They co-parent with a familiarity built over years, but now some say their interactions have become more supportive, more open, more emotionally grounded. That stable structure is what Affleck seems to gravitate toward: peace, protection, and simplicity. For him, after the noise of fame and romance, that's where home should be. Yet Lopez's persistent stance to push against that calm. Friends say she believes the story isn't finished, that their chemistry, history, and the emotional depth they once had mean something deeper than a failed marriage. She's apparently told close confidants she knows they'll reunite eventually, not if, but when. The conviction seems to fuel her actions, gestures, calls, subtle and not so subtle attempts to maintain connection, to keep the possibility alive. Affleck, for his part, seems torn between compassion and self-preservation. He reportedly feels guilty about letting go, about hurting the person who once meant the world to him, about disappointing kids who found comfort in their blended existence. But he also knows what he wants: stability, peace, a life away from the glare, a predictable routine. He doesn't want to relive the emotional turbulence, the public scrutiny, the cycles of hope and heartbreak. So the charging question remains: is this love, longing, denial, or obsession? Is Lopez holding onto a version of Affleck that hasn't existed for years? Or is Affleck sabotaging a connection he secretly still wants but is too afraid to confront? Is Bennifer truly finished, or are they trapped in a cycle they can't break? Because when two people have shared as much history, glamour, chaos, and emotion as Lopez and Affleck, closure is never simple. Sometimes love doesn't end with a signature on a divorce decree. Sometimes it lingers in texts sent, in shared memories, in the hope that maybe, just maybe, the pieces will fit again. If you want more celebrity updates like this, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this Bennifer saga isn't ending anytime soon, and the next chapter might be even more explosive than the last.